My name is Jessica. I use she, her pronouns. And our class today is going to be a lot of easy movement, more of a stretching class versus what you might think of as a typical yoga class. This is going to be a great class if you have been seated all day, if you're just looking for a really gentle way to move your body to get the oxygen and the blood flowing without getting a typical workout in, or this is also a great class for recovery. So if you are sore from another workout or a hike or a run or something like that, maybe another class that you took here on Joyn, and you're just looking for a gentle way to move the body and stretch out, I got you. This is a class for you. We're going to get started seated. I have a little stool here, my inversion stool. I'm using that as a prop today. If you don't have one of these, we don't need it for its intended purposes. We just need something for support. So you can use a chair, a piece of furniture, if you've got like a couch or an ottoman or something like that close that you could use for a little gentle standing support. That's perfect. So let's start in a seated position. So if you got that chair, if you got that little footrest or ottoman and you can sit on it, find a seat. Otherwise, just start standing, okay? So we'll start here by just tapping into the breath and making some space for our stretching, our movement today. So find a comfortable position, either standing or seated. Rest the arms, let the shoulders kind of fall down the back. Close the eyes. And check in. Self, how am I doing today? How am I doing today? What do I need today? Follow the next inhale in. Just notice how your body receives that breath, where it stops, where it expands in your body, if at all. And just notice the next few breaths that come naturally, how they're settling in the body, how the body's receiving and taking it in. And then gradually start to deepen the breath. So the next inhale is a little bit deeper. Maybe you move the belly forward and soften to make the breath a little bit deeper. So with that intentional breath, let it sigh out of your body nice and deeply. Get the full breath out. And keep moving here. Keep deepening the breath until you find a depth and a rhythm that makes sense, that you can move with today, that you can hold on to throughout the entire practice. Start to notice the weight of the head on the neck and the shoulders. Notice the shoulders, how they're settling. Have they curled forward, kind of like mine? Do you need to adjust them back and pull the chest forward slightly? Do you need to soften a little bit? Maybe they're over projecting straight. Maybe they're too far back and there's an arch in the back. So soften or deepen wherever you need to. Let's take 3 collective deep inhales with heavy sighs together, starting here. Big inhale. The sound of the exhale takes you deeper into your sits bones or into your feet. One more time, big inhale. Very good. If you're seated, let's come up to a stand. Ooh. And if we have a prop, a chair, or stool, let's just move it towards the front of our workspace to give us some room to move today. And we'll come to a stand. Take a look down at your feet. We want the big toes to be parallel and the hips or the feet are hip width distance apart, or maybe even a little bit wider. We just want a nice, comfortable stance where you can press the feet directly into the ground. Roll the shoulders back. Bring the chest forward. Tuck the chin slightly. Crown of the head points up. Back of the neck is nice and long. Reach those fingertips down towards the ground energetically so that your elbows are locking in. And then soften. Let everything be heavy here. Big inhale, flip the palms towards me, reach them up, facing each other overhead. Bring the palms of the fingertips together here and really reach. Draw the elbows up, chin comes down towards the chest, fingertips come up towards the sky, gaze is slightly down, eyes are soft. Big breath here. One more, breathe into the rib cage, feel that rib cage expand and open up on the inhale. Chest broadens, exhale, sigh. Drop the right arm down. So left arm remains up towards the sky, right arm reaches up and out and over. Inhale, come back together with the fingertips. And exhale, drop the left arm out. Find your own rhythm here, inhaling to touch fingers at the top. Exhaling to drop the opposite arm. Think of yourself as a flower blooming here. Maybe a lotus on a beautiful pond. Maybe there are colorful koi fish swimming all around, and you are just a beautiful lotus flower blooming, trying to bloom, practicing blooming. Keep the breath moving. Soften the face. Breathe into wherever you feel this sensation, this energy manifesting. Maybe you feel it in the shoulders. Probably feel it in the shoulders. We'll do one more on each side. Inhale one last time to bring the hands together. Exhale, both arms. Reach out in opposite directions, actively stretching through the fingertips. Think of that space between the shoulders here and feel that slight pinching or that squeezing of the shoulder blades together as you lift the arm. Shoulders are soft. Think of the fingertips and the palms doing most of the work here so that you've got these muscles right in here doing all the heavy lifting. One more breath. Tuck that chin and exhale. Release the arms, roll out the neck. Come back to center. Big inhale, draw the arms overhead once again. Exhale, left arm comes out and all the way down to the side. Palm is facing the thigh, and we're gonna reach up and over with the opposite arm. So keep your middle of the body and your hips squared off to the front. And maybe here even take a little bit of a wider step out. That feels better here in my body. And so maybe it does in yours as well. Reach, reach, reach. Bring the gaze down to look on the outside of the left foot. One more breath. And on the next inhale, we're going to come back to center, reach the arms out and overhead. Big inhale here. And exhale, right arm comes out and all the way down, gripping the thigh, sliding the fingertips down the thighs. You reach up and over with the opposite arm. So continue to root down through the feet here. Notice if there's a lightness in this left foot as you reach over into the opposite direction and redirect your weight back into the heel, back into the toes. Firmly root yourself. Reach, one more breath. And inhale, come back. Out with both arms. Exhale, draw the arms up and overhead. Take a big inhale here. And exhale, hands to heart center. Drop the arms down. Shake out the arms a little bit. Step the feet back into a neutral position. Bring the arms out. Big inhale. Palms are facing me. Fingertips are still active here. And on the exhale, we're going to draw the right arm over the chest or over the middle body here. And we're gonna hook it with the opposite arm. So stretching out the shoulders, stretching out some of that tension we just built up here, and breathe. So you can hook the arm like this, you can grab for the arm like this, however you can get that stretch in. We're searching for a sensation here. Stretch, 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 and breathe. It might feel good to start to kind of rotate to the other side. Release. Big inhale, open up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. Fingertips reach in opposite direction. Exhale. Left arm comes over. Right arm comes in for the assist. Soften the gaze. Close the eyes if you can. Breathe. Maybe you find movement here. That is always encouraged. You don't ever have to stay static or still in a posture. Inhale, open up. Exhale, draw the arms overhead. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. And on the exhale, draw the arms down. Elbows come down into 90 degrees. Fingertips up towards the sky. Draw the elbows back if you can, just until you feel that squeezing between the shoulder blades. On the next exhale, we're going to draw the elbows together in front of the face. Palms touch. If they touch, they touch. If they don't, they don't. Maybe just the fingertips touch. Maybe the elbows don't touch. My elbows are not touching. We're drawing them in together though. So opposite sensation. So I was saying squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now feel them stretch apart. Peel them apart. Draw those elbows and wrists closer together if you can. Keep the elbows lifted. And inhale, open up. Exhale, close. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close. Arms are getting tired again. It's okay. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close. And inhale to release. Release the arms. We're going to come back to our chair, our prop, whatever we're using. Pull it a little bit closer to you. And we're just going to find some forward fold, some half sun salutations to get into the low back, into the legs, the lower body. So facing your prop, we're going to use it to rest our arms on, to rest our body, to take some of the strenuousness, some of the difficulty, some of the effort, I guess, out, and to give ourselves a little ease. So use what you have for support. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bend into the knees. Find your support if you like. You don't need to use it, but it's nice. You can rest on the ankles or the shins. But if you have the support, it is so comforting. It is so nice, especially if we're feeling a certain way about moving today. We're just trying to get it in, just trying to be easy on ourselves. Halfway lift on the next inhale. So lift that torso up. Chest comes forward. Sit bones press back. And here, we'll stay here for just a moment, especially since we are propped. Let's take a moment and just kind of explore this posture. So we're kind of dipping the belly down and letting the hips and the sits bones kind of come up, right? So visualize what the thighs are doing. They're standing strong, they're supporting you, they're doing a good job. But think about internally rotating your thighs in together and see what that does for you here. Notice the way it gently commands more of the lower body. Notice how it's pulling some things a little longer. Maybe there's some tenderness. This is it though. Take a moment, explore that sensation. Keep those thighs turning in towards each other. Almost like you're trying to send the inside of your thighs backwards, right? Next exhale, collapse, soften, maybe gentle bend in the knees, lower the head, and lower the torso. And then inhale, lift up, bend through the knees, come up very gently, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands, open the eyes. Inhale, upward salute, reach the arms up. Try stacking the wrists over the elbows, over the shoulders, over the hips and pelvis, over the knees. You might not be perfectly aligned straight. Almost none of us are, but with that direction, you can start to kind of adjust yourself and find your natural alignment here. Press the big toe knuckles down into the earth. Press the pinky toe knuckles down and let all the other toes in between find that ground, find that grip. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Find your support. Dip the head down. Chin rests wherever it rests. Halfway lift on the inhale. Lift everything up, long spine. Gaze comes down. Notice if you're looking up or out. Gaze comes directly down. Lengthen the back of the neck. Rotate those thighs in. Yes. Breathe. Breathe into that sensation. And exhale, fold, release, surrender. Next inhale, upward salute. Peel yourself up, unfold. Nice and gently press into the thighs, press into the heels. Fingertips to the sky. Find that alignment. Adjust yourself. Close your eyes. Tuck the chin. You are long and strong. You are powerful, incredible machine. Exhale, hands to heart center. Soften everything. Sink into the pads of the feet. Open those toes up. Drop the arms. Open the eyes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend through the knees. Take it down. Halfway lift. Remember, rotate those thighs in. Legs are strong. Gaze is down. If you have your support, really press into it. Press the palms down, press the fingertips down. Rotate those thighs back. Exhale, melt, soften. Ooh, like a piece of butter in a hot skillet, just melts down. Yes. Inhale, upward salute. Bend through the knees. Make it dramatic. Make it fun. Exhale, hands to heart center. Yeah. Drop the arms, open the eyes. We're gonna continue working on the lower body. So we're gonna move with our support. We're gonna come into some standing postures. So we'll step close to our support here, as close as you can. And we'll just start by stepping the right foot back. So the right foot is gonna come all the way back. Think of an intense side angle here. Hips are gonna be squared off towards the front. Both sets of toes are pointed forward, heels are aligned back, so the feet are straight. So if you're doing one of these and you're trying to align your feet in a single plane and you have wide hips and you feel really unstable, step that second foot back onto a second plane, a second line, so that you have enough space for your hips. So think of just like when we're taking mountain pose and we're just standing, right? And I say hip width distance apart or wider, same stance here, but the legs are separated and the heel is down towards the mat. So if your hamstrings feel really tight, if you're having a hard time keeping your heel on the mat, step in just a little bit. Remember, we're looking for a stretch. We're looking for sensation. So if you don't feel anything, step back a little bit. We're looking for that happy medium. And so as we get our grounding together and our balance, we want to think of lengthening or straightening through both legs. If you have a tendency to lock the knees out, be mindful of that. But we want generally straight legs, right? So they can be slightly bent, but we're not like doing any warrior postures here. So find your drishti, something to focus on that's not moving. Bring your arms up. Bring the palms together here, maybe interlace the fingers and use that for support to keep you lifted. Lift through the arms and the chest, press down through the feet. Legs are strong, big inhale here. And exhale, we're going to start to fold forward and find our support. So if you're using a chair, if you're using a couch, grab on wherever you can. Press the arms down. Keep the spine as long as you can. So think of half lift here with legs separated. We're not dumping the weight down. We're actively pressing into our support and we're keeping those hips squared off. So notice if you start to kind of open up to one side, send this right hip flexor back. Press down through the feet and breathe. Press that back heel down into the earth. Nice stretch. And if you're resisting this, if this feels difficult in your body, again, make your stance a little bit closer. Doesn't need to be so wide. And find a softness. Relax. Relax through that intensity. Relax through any trembling or jumping of the muscles. Just roll with it. It's okay to feel unsteady sometimes. One more breath. And then exhale, peel that back foot off the mat and step forward, and we'll switch sides. So step the opposite foot back. Find your balance, find your grounding. And then bring your arms up. Lengthen through the legs, check in on the hips, square them off. Fingertips are interlaced here. Pull the arms up toward the sky, pull the elbows up, pull the shoulders up. Legs are long and straight, pressing into the mat with the heel and each toe. Ooh, one more breath here. You got this. And exhale, start to lower down to your support. Try to keep steady. I know it's difficult sometimes. All right. Pressing our support away, keeping strong through the arms. Sit back into that back heel. Let it come down. This front hip comes back. Keep those hips squared off. Notice where your body is being pulled and stretched. Breathe into it. If there's any part of your body that feels like it's jumping or trembling, focus on that area and soften the muscle. Whenever something starts to tremble, our natural reaction is to tense up, to hold it tight. A little softness goes a long way. You'll find your strength, you'll find a little more stability if you soften up a bit, if you have a tendency to tighten and tense up. One more breath here. And step forward. Let's hang out in this fold here, supported forward fold. Adjust the footing if needed. Relax the head, relax the neck. Lean into your support a little more if you want to, if you need to. And start to walk the hands up the body. Come all the way up. Upward salute. Roll the neck out. One direction and then the other. And I'm going to move my prop off to the side a bit. And we're just going to get into a quad stretch. So for today's quad stretch, we're going to use support. So if you have a nice tall chair that you're using, you can turn it around and support yourself on the tall side. Otherwise, just grab a wall. I am going to come to my wall here for support for this quad stretch. And we'll start with the right side. So if you are like me and you can't just reach back easily and grab the foot without a lot of effort, I have a couple suggestions. So of course you can use a strap, a belt, kind of lasso the foot and take it that way. Another option is if you know you could grab it with a little support, like with a little help, I'm going to give you an option, one that I use. It's not the most graceful, but it works for me. So we'll take our hand to our chair or our wall for support. And I'm going to kick my leg up, back, and out slightly so that I can grab it with my hand. So take a big breath here. And then kick back and hopefully you grab the foot. So grabbing the foot however you can, whether that's with a strap, your towel even, or with the way I just showed you, just start to guide the heel back towards the glutes nice and gently. You want to think of trying to drop the knee down towards the ground. So notice if you're opening it up to the side, kind of like I was, drop your knee down towards the ground, let it be heavy, and just gently guide the heel to the glutes, and you're going to feel a nice stretch along the quads there. So only press the heel back as much as you need to. And we'll just take a few more breaths here. and release and switch sides. I will switch to the other side here. So wall for support. Find your leg however you like. Take your time and be careful. Drop that knee down towards the ground as much as you can and gently guide the heel to the glutes and soften the face and breathe. So I know if you took a cardio class or a dance class, your quads might be really, really tight. And this is a fantastic stretch to alleviate that. One more breath here. And release, drop, come back to center, shake it out, shake it out. And we're gonna find our seat again to wind this practice down. So if you're not using your seat, just find a stance, find a nice comfortable stance. Otherwise, get your seat, have a seat here. Let's bring the hands to the body. Close the eyes. Give yourself one little smile with the eyes closed. An expression or an offering of gratitude for moving a little bit, even when you didn't feel like it, even when maybe you overdid it yesterday. You can release your hands here if you like. We'll take just about a minute here in a seated or standing shavasana just to recognize our practice and let, all these good feelings, all these good vibes that we have gathered here, that we have created and built together to really marinate and resonate in. So beginning here, soften the face, let the breath come back to normal, soften the body, sit up tall if you're seated. And come into the sensation of the next inhale as it enters through your nostrils. The warmth, the gentleness as it leaves the nostrils. Maybe lingering sensations in the shoulders, the upper arms, or the quads, calves from our stretches. Notice the sensations in your body. Maybe you got a little sweaty. Maybe you're sweating. Maybe you're damp on the face like I am. Feel those sensations. What does the skin feel like? If your eyes are closed, start to blink them open here. Shimmy out the shoulders and the neck a little bit here. Bring the arms open, nice and wide. Let them be lazy. This is the time for noodle arms. And give yourself a hug. Draw the arms in. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a smile. We did it. We did this. We got our stretch in. A little bit of effort, but mostly easy peasy. I hope you feel really good, and I hope you join me here again next time. See you soon. Bye.